I'd like to address the terror of the emptiness that you highlighted. I think somewhere there's obviously it's an organic, natural, instinctual reaction of yeah, at the lonely experience of inherent nothingness. And yet I think there's a veneer of somethingness that's tracing its way through that nothingness that is scared of that nothingness. So it's not really the nothingness that is scared of nothingness. It's some imposter of somethingness that is responding to, you could almost say, its own demise, the threat of it being revealed as nothing. And that's the scary bit. It's the illusory somethingness, sense of self, you want to perhaps call it, at a very subtle level, that's going, no, don't disappear me. I know I'm not real, but don't tell me deeply enough, because that's doesn't leave me with my so-called existence. Wonderful, terrifying, profound. Yet that is awakening. You know, so delicately described in so many ways in your sharing. The awakening to the delusion, to the. I like to see it as a, you know, a case of mistaken identity, a misperception of a me, because in reality the only thing we can ever say is that I have a sense of me. And so it's this sense that sort of coalesces into a perception of a solid, real entity. And here we're automatically in trouble, because it's postulated, it's posited, but it's not deposited. It's not somewhere. The miracle or the mystery or the magnificent error, the mayhem, is that made up thing somehow feels real. It goes, don't extinguish me, because then as you put it, this now is really just, you know, a created, well, the perception of me in this now is created by, you know, past images, present images, future images, all postulated, all constructed, fabricated, created. What I think I want to highlight is the simplicity. It's damn simple. This clawing, if we can just let it fade away and not sort of scratch against the wall, but just let's let our arms drop. It's simple. There's not a complex sort of construct that needs to be like Rubik's Cube dismantled. Of course, that's often the process, but the nothing, but almost in the way it was described by you. I mean, left with that stripped away sense of there is nothing inherently going on in an absolute sense. Emptiness is form. Form is emptiness, the Heart Sutra. Clearly this hand moves, there's something relative. But we had to learn H-A-N-D in pre-primary in order to be able to have that, and then to pin that to that object, and to have learned it in English. To be able to have that construct now. What I love is that, certainly in English, every complex idea we have is all constructed from 26 letters that we learned in preschool. And we jumble them all together in different combinations to come up with complex truths. So I think the point I want to make just in this little vid is simple. And to allow simple. To allow the relaxation of simple. The beauty of simple. But your video was just really organic, deep, beautiful. I mean, how could it not be? It was just a direct describing of the experiencing, no presenting of theory of view. So stripped away in that way, it was really just direct. And I think there's a veneer of concern there which can be shed, making that even more direct. Just simple. Simple. Nothing is simple. Nothing. Nothingness is simple. Oh yes. Funny times. Painting with words. The art of living. So on that note, before we become filled with too much pointless mirth, I will send this off to you. Take care.